Revelio.
Defense against the dark arts can be intimidating, but Professor Hackett actually makes it.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Revelio.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide? Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Revelio.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against a mastery of defense against the dark arts. Fortunately, we are lucky.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain. You should be able to... You will also...
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig's...
He did, Professor.
My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a certain...
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new...
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor.
Well, I'm just perfectly good boats and carriages to hold.
I wouldn't say I chose.
Very well. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. And invaluable to me.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes, and we'll see if we can't get you to...
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping... did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right. We don't know what... And she may feel
Understood, Professor.
Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally... Speaking of guides, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we include? Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with class. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an I shall reach out when I have more info. For now, focus on your...
She won't soon be welcoming me back to Dogma.
I think it's a sign when you're there.
That maid girl thinks she's like that in everything.
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me! I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree, So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are... That's it! Very good. Excellent control there. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Watch this. There we go.
Accio.
Happens to the best of us.
Here we go.
That's it!
Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Accio.
Brilliant.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Accio.
Splendid!
Here we go.
Nicely done. Watch this. There we go.
Accio.
Very good. Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much. I remember that, and then it just...
This may seem an odd question, but is...
most...
You can cast spells.
Oh, yes. I must admit, however,
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest but it never seemed
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I think Professor Ronan wants... Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio.
A word, if you would.
If you're so
You wanted
inclined.
to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I tried.
Well, an outdoor competition.
What charm is there indeed? You did well, managing to...
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the...
Miss Onai is always a fear... Now, Professor Weasley, expect to hear from me soon regarding us...
Revelio.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Revelio. Revelio.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso! Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak choice. Now, well done.
Levioso.
Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
Good form.
I know. Protego. Stu Protego. Levioso. This can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the
If what I've seen today is any indication, I demand excellence from a club.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you... Again, well done today. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Revelio.
You duelled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done. I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned? Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Revelio. Revelio.
If I'm honest,
Revelio.
Whee! Oh, not again!
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as for only one time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the mink. He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But
Revelio.
he failed as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, him, that if I behaved, I'd have one...
Accio.
Leave me alone, Peeves, or I'll call the Baron.
Revelio. Revelio.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Levioso. Revelio.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for cross...
I'm flattered to hear that.
Imagine it's quite something to...
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up. It's our way of determining...
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along. Or so. Care to step into the...
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Protego. Levioso. Accio.
You're better than that! It's so good!
Stupid one. Levioso. Accio.
Leviosa.
Levioso.
The one.
Levioso. Protego. Stupid one. Accio.
Sendo.
Stupid one. Levioso.
There goes my way.
Levioso.
Accio!
Act like a winner.
Is that all you've got?
What to do? Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Wands victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
Revelio.
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
Revelio.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down.
Never forget what that old girl said in 1421. What lovely stone. Oh, that's class, that is.
Revelio.
I hope school's treating you well.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first class is well.
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professor. Seems Professor. I'd wager there's a good deal more.
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon. In that regard, I've asked.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on you.
Thank you, Professor.
And you've managed your classes well.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients. Professor Sharp asked...
I've never heard of a spell.
A spell? I shall
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine... I would trust...
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented. She'll keep you well clear of it.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavoury local. Best to avoid. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your...
Revelio.
Do you ever wish you could ride a bit?
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed. Fixes things right up, makes a broke.
It seems...
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside. A number of your professors have... I have arranged...
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying... Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Accio. Brilliant. Revelio.
If only a new student. Might some kind of...
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak.
Revelio.
Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Reparo.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?